Well, hello there, folks. Good to see you here. Welcome to Karin's Orchids. Here on the my stove is various types of plants, which they're really screaming for my attention. Here we have Seleniceras, Queen of the Night, Seleniceras, Princess of the Night. A little cutting from the Epiphyllum anguliga. We have Path, Specirianum hybrid, which has never been repotted, not since I got it last September. I prepared a little amount of potting mix for it, with a bit of calcium and stuff in it. So that's gonna be easy. I have 2 new tiny Hoyas, €4 each. We even have names, such as this one, Hoya sigillaris. This one, marmorated leaves, and the green-leaved one, Hoya globulosa or villosa. So these are going to be potted up, either together in a community pot or separately. I'm not sure yet. And I have this Hoya flamingo dream. Needs to be repotted. This Hoya Bertoniae variegated form. It also needs to be repotted. I'm going to sit in a community pot, a hanging basket, for a while, until they outgrown it. And I have another orchid. Let's see if I can. Phalaenopsis lycockii. They're quite rare. One, but it's not doing anything really. I think I need to get it off of its mount and pot it up somehow. I haven't yet figured it all out, but it will sort itself out. And another Hoya. Hoya what? McGillivray. I want this Hoya to be in a hanging basket, so I'm just gonna shake off a bit of its soil there and add a bit of houseplant soil with a lot of perlite in it and a little bit of leca, perhaps. And this aloe vera needs a repot. Yeah, maybe cactus soil or stuff. I haven't made my mind up yet, but I like this plant as well. So I've got a couple of things in front of me to really rub my hands on. Yesterday I went to the monthly Orchid Society meeting, and yeah, let me show you guys what I won at the lottery. Dunk. About 5 kilograms. We were sorting out the books from our library. We were terminating the library, and now it's our task to sell them all off or auctionate them all out, so to the members. So we had a couple of hundreds books, but now there's only about 20 to 30 left. But we call this one the Numberless Bible. Aim for the trash can. We never really thought we would be able to sell it, but guess who bought it? I'm still gonna call it the Holy Bible. This is actually the Holy Bible for us orchid enthusiasts. American Orchid Society Bulletin, 1982. A lot of stuff in here. A lot of useful information stuck in between there. All of the advertising and stuff. But it's a really beautiful thing to have in a collection. So I'm quite happy I was able to buy it. But it's so heavy. I'm afraid that I'm gonna break it or wear this whole book out while I'm reading it. It's quite fragile by now. It's really kind of sort of old. Yeah. But anyways, whoa, it's heavy. I bought yet another one. Herr Alexander. It's not that I don't have one already. You've seen it before. my old, shall we say, yeah, fairly recent acquisition, I must say. Herr Alexander. Very light green. It's been receiving a fair amount of light, but it's overbloomed. I'm awaiting its next new growth there to appear before it rots, or stuff like that. I haven't been all that lucky with my Miltoniopsis, so. But she's still alive. And now I have yet another one. This one carries 3, or even 4 growth. So it doesn't mean that it's stronger. Doesn't mean that it carries any roots down there, which I strongly doubt. My idea is to put these 2 guys together into a community pot and see which one survives. Nah, but look at the flowers. Maybe just as a seasonal orchid in a way. It is so gorgeous and very, very fragrant as well. And oh, so cheap. So about €10. So I figured, why not? I want to be able to enjoy its beautiful flowers one more time. Yeah. And I did get a Cattleya. You must think I'm crazy, but Dowiana from Les Orchids, Vachereau, in France. Yay. It's a tiny little young plant. You can tell by its very, very dark sheath down there to the short pseudobulbs. But I just wanted to have a Dowiana from Vachereau again. So I mistreated my old one 10 years ago by mounting it. But look, a long time ago I saw a Dowiana with good roots like this. And if you're curious why I bought especially the Dowiana aurea again, yeah, I'm going to reveal it to you now. I'm going to bring my other Dowiana aurea orchid so you can see for yourself why, yeah? So, here we have my other Cattleya Dowiana aurea. But I'm a bit annoyed about the second row. Times DTO. In my world, it is Dendrobiums, but it can't be. Can it? Never seen that on a Cattleya orchid before. I've seen Self and Sib and stuff, but this must mean that it's crossed with something else, but what? But this one is a strong plant. It's growing immensely well. And that's not very common when it comes to Cattleya Dowiana. Not even the aurea, nor the original smaller one. So I'm not sure whether this one is the original Cattleya Dowiana aurea or not. That's why I needed to have this one. And the fact that it's from the Vachereau. It's not in a way. It brings back memories. It really does. But here's the original Cattleya Dowiana without the aurea, variation aurea, which means that this one's got smaller flowers. For instance, this is the one from Orchids Deluxe, blooming size. I don't really think so, but what I do think is that it's getting into growing stage. This is a very, very positive thing. You can see. But anyways, this is a standard form. And this may be the aurea, don't know. And this one certainly is. So now I have one of each. It will be very interesting to see what will happen to all 3 of them in the future. Well, I did a little bit of work today. Repotted this Hoya. It was very dry. I had absolutely no control over it. In that brown little pot it was sitting in, that shallow pot. So I did a soft repot. and added this houseplant soil, a little bit of medium grade bark, perlite, and some pumice. Yeah. What else did I do? Yeah, I did something else. Finally repotted my para Phalaenopsis lycockii, one with the white, relatively large flowers, which I hope to see one day, but was getting too dry. So I put it up instead of having it mounted on a relatively large amount of moss, which always seemed to dry out anyways. I delivered it from that one. And did a mix of medium grade bark, perlite, charcoal, and a fair amount of spag, I must say. But into this clay pot, which will regulate, will see to that it evaporates better, if you see what I mean. I don't think I ever overwatered a plant in a clay pot, but I did underwater it in a clay pot when I kept it in simply bark, so that's why I always use a good amount of spag as well, or a lot of perlite, as perlite keeps a bit of moisture as well. It doesn't only make the mixture fluffy and well drained, it also keeps the moisture a little bit. So once I potted a Cattleya orchid, a Sherdery, up in simply perlite in a clay pot, and that worked out just great. Absolutely no dead roots. That one was a long time ago though, but yeah, hopefully this will be a better solution and we're able to see something coming here. Finally, something new. It's time for it to start growing. It always had 3 leaves for the last 2 years. Yeah, that's not a good progress, is it? Well, it's been some time. And here is where I decided to keep the lycockii, the cabinet. Look what a little thing did, or what it's doing. Hey. A new root. Yes, that's incredible progress for this orchid. But at least it proves that it wants to do something. And I always love when they're creating roots. Roots equals life, so I think that one shall remain here in this cabinet. You see, I connected a humidifier like this into a tube up there. It switches on a couple of times during the day. For now it's only 52, but you should really see how dry the rest of this area is with outside this cabinet now. We'll really be having a hot day, so a hot week. Anyways, that was a good decision to get it off of his mat, finally. Anyways, what else did I do? Yeah, this hopeless project. The in cactus soil, perlite, pumice. I planted the cacti, Celencerius grandiflorus, the real queen of the night, and the Celencerius pteranthus, the princess of the night, the green one. And hopefully they'll start developing a couple of roots down there, sticking down about 1.5 inches, and I did not water. So, I mean, without roots, cannot drink, can it? So I'll just wait for a couple of months, and I will try to carefully lift them up and see if there's any resistance down there. If there is, it means that they finally created a couple of roots, and I will leave them be for some time to come. Hopefully, they will branch out, create stuff. We'll see. And this one, Epiphyllum angulica, a little piece which dropped from my large plant. I just figured, why not? It had roots to this one, yeah. Anyways, so that's been my project for this evening as well. But my not going to talk about the cacti anymore. I'm going to repot the little newbie. Of course, I can keep it in this medium, put it in my cabinet to hydrate the foliage a little bit better. But I tried that. Didn't work, so. And that's the other one, the hopeless plant from Orchids Deluxe. Seems to have recovered in this type of setup, which I'm soon going to place this orchid in. I'm going to use the very same setup for this gal as well. As it's in growing stage, I absolutely see no reason to clear off all of the bark here. But there was a little bit of dead stuff here, so I guess I... Oh, was it? No, it wasn't. Oh, is it? It certainly isn't a... Yeah, it is a live root. So yeah, let's see now. Just gonna clean this. Yeah, I want to expose what's coming here. It's a little bit of everything. It's not a bad plant. It looked like a kind of sort of, like always with the Dowianas, a weak plant. Yeah, but this is the best time there is to do something about it. I can't wait. I'll need to wait for probably 1 more year, so that we cannot do. So yeah, in this mixture, in my regular mixture, medium grade bark and stuff, and I think she'll do splendid. Just need to see where is the newest growth gonna be coming out from. Probably somewhere there. Not sure. Or do I have the newest growth somewhere else? Could be this one. As I'm not sure, I'm going to place her a little bit too. Yeah, I think this one is the newest one. It looks, yeah, fat and shiny. More fat and shiny than the other ones. So, yeah, I'm going to leave some space to the front side here. Not to the other side, yeah. It's this growth. It's latest. So, and the clay pot will regulate the amount of moisture very well. It's actually doing the job for me. A lot of work for me. So, as it's a small pot, it needs to be a relatively water-retentive medium, even for a Dowiana. And I mean, the moss is kind of fluffy and allows drainage. If I do not press it way too much, to compress it, make it far too compact. So I want it to be a little bit more well drained, as Cattleya Dowiana species are very prone to catch black rot. And that's a fact. I don't want to bury it far too down, deep down, and I need to have a relatively well-drained medium. So, she's going to stay in my little bit warmer cabinet. As she's a young plant, she needs the moisture, but not too much light. So I know the perfect shelf for her. Now she's repotted. Yeah. Hey. Well, I dug into these two guys as well. I figured I had really didn't have anything left to lose regarding these plants, so I put them together into this community pot in my favorite mix. Very same mix as I used for the Dowiana 3 minutes ago. No. It works for all of my Miltonias and Cambria types. Yeah, you know what they call the Cambria Alliance, or do they? Nah, never mind. Those types of plants. And I figured, why not? That is strange that they still call it Miltonia when it's actually a Miltoniopsis. So different. Yeah, normally. Bit cooler, shouldn't really dry out, shouldn't stay soggy, Anyways, so how on earth shall that equations ends meet? So I figured, I'm not gonna go out of my way on this orchid, really. Just gonna do what I do for all of the rest of my Petunias and Cambria stuff. Orchids, yeah. Now I've degraded them to stuff. Yeah. Anyways, look at this one. Oh, yes. It's my second one. Meltoniopsis. The one with the purple, pinkish flowers. I got about 1 week after I got my first Alexander. And yeah, its newest growth, the one with spike, rotted away. You can see that one is starting to rot, but this growth is still intact and is progressing, really. Which I didn't thought. So, yeah. Anyways, these guys are relatively difficult. At least I find them difficult. Look here. Look. Oh, this video really includes everything. But it's the callosum. Opens up. Yeah, it's not fully open yet. But look. There's a new detail. There's really... My dog's eating and drinking. He wants to be close to me. Close to mommy. But anyways, how on earth am I supposed to film this? But look. What's that? Is this gonna bloom sequentially this time? Or in succession? Maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't done my homework on this one. As I thought, after having this orchid for 2 seasons, and it blooms for a very long time during the summer season with only 1 flower. I never really thought or imagined in my wildest fantasy that it could create 2 flowers. It's auspicious, I mean. But I'm not sad by any means, even though I sound sad, but I'm not. I'm overwhelmed, really. And actually, down here is my second Charles Worthii. One with a little bit more oblong flower. Not rounded flowers as the other one, which you currently saw in bloom on a couple of months ago. Oh, it wants to lick my face now. Anyways, it's going to be interesting to see what its flower will look like this time around. This Paphlipedilum Charles Worthii. It's the first time it reblooms. The 1.5 years I've been having this guy. It bloomed in September when I got it. It had been open for a couple of months, since June perhaps, when I bought it in September. And the flower wilted within just a week, I think. Yeah? Yeah. This, as we say here in Sweden, monkey tail. It's got a name in Latin, of course. I'm going to give you that name here. Fold it up. Looks like it's establishing itself very quickly. In cacti soil, a lot of sand, lightly fertilized soil, so to speak. Perfect for cacti and succulents, stuff like that. Yeah, it's nice. And yeah, what else is there to see? I think almost everything's looking healthy in this window. This frag, yeah, is continuously blooming for us. New buds. Dropped his 2 flowers today, being exchanged by these. And this frag, Mepedium, is the Eric Young, a Bessie a longifolium cross, a very old cross. Yeah, and this ugly little Priscilla the Portilla is still hanging in there after its repot and all. Hopefully this growth won't create a black middle leaf, so it will continuously grow on. Well, and I repotted all of my frags, and they are now acclimatizing and establishing well. I think I was a little bit scared for a moment, but so I had to rip some of them up from the soil just check the roots if they were still alive, or if I needed to do something about it, put them into more well-drained medium. But I didn't have to. They were doing perfectly well in a little bit more soil-like, compact setup. So I was scared that they wouldn't really fancy it after all. It should be a little bit more well-draining, but as you can see, no worries. I love it. Anyways, I'm going to close this video before it gets too long and contains far too many things. So you'll be all confused, guys. I hope you liked this video anyways, even though I included one too many things in it. But tell me what you think about it, yeah? If that's alright or if it's a bit too much, or, yeah. Yeah. Feedback is great. Doesn't always need to be positive feedback, yeah? So, let's close this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, yeah? And we should talk soon. Share. Yeah, share as well. Bye. See you later.